Alright, well if you were watching this video that means you have followed the trail of my other two videos. So, I was going to just dissect what I have done so far with this Brooklyn Beats assignment. I guess first I will play what it sounds like. I don't think that's the right time signature, but you get the idea of what it sounds like. It's a little happy for my taste, but I really do like the sort of progression that you get from the piano. So I took that MIDI information and I found a different sound that I liked, and I sort of manipulated the MIDI notes a little bit. I tried it with the piano, but then I found a sound through Nexus 2 that I liked. I think it's more like a digital xylophone. And as you can see, when I'm playing on the MIDI fighter, I have some mapped controls. There's a fade to gray and a beat masher, and even in the production aspect of this, I'm still just automating the the effects racks that I use when I DJ, just because it's simple and I know how to use it. So I'm sure eventually I'm going to need to learn the appropriate way to correctly use beat repeats and so forth. And you can see where I've automated this little beat masher right. This one might be a little bit better. So that is just a variant from the actual piano MIDI notes. And like I said before, I use Nexus, which is a paid VST. There's things I really like about it and things I don't like so much about it. So I will, I guess I'll do the good stuff first. I really like Nexus's arpeggiator. It's pretty sweet, really easy to use. I guess I can just give you a quick example. I don't have it on this particular guy right here, but if I were to do that, turn it on, and you can get different kinds. And so pretty much what I did was I took the MIDI information from different aspects of this pack. At this point, I've dissected it so much I couldn't tell you where I took it from, but I just took variants of this xylophone noise and sort of manipulated it through a couple of different, random effects to get these different sounds. And I've slightly had one variant of the lead lean to the left and the other one lean to the right. I've seen on tutorials and people have told me that by not having everything play right down the middle adds a sort of stereoscopic, I think is what you call it, feel to it. So it gives it more of a dynamic feel. I'm sure my terminology is totally off, but you can hear similarities through it. I'll just play it. So here's the left one. And then I flip it to the right. So the reason why these are actual sound waves is I had taken the MIDI information and I think the technical term is printing it. I don't know, I totally get off on that shit. Excuse me. You will also notice that I have this little channel strip that I put in every one of my layers here, whatever you call them. There's a blog that I've gone to a few times, vespers.ca, I believe, and it's a cool little template where it's got a built-in compressor and an EQ. Speaking of EQ, that's another application or VST that I recently bought. It's called the ProQ, FabFilter ProQ, and it's pretty awesome. Like I don't know barely anything when it comes to sound design, but after playing with this for like a day, I kind of understand it. Let's see, what am I on? Up goes the go. And since we recorded this vocal, you know, in my office, that you can hear all sorts of freaking noises, my dog's collar. And with this, you can actually, there's this little button, if you press the headphones, you can find the sound that you're going for and actually just cut it out to like a low cut or something, or accentuate aspects that you think should be louder. Like, I mean, that sounds kind of cool as is, but the drums for the Brooklyn Beats. At first, I wasn't too stoked about the sound. I'll play it really quick. I don't know. I think it was like the sort of tambourine noise that threw me off. And just recently, I learned that you can, without having to individually try to go in there and cut the sounds out, you can slice the MIDI track, and that's what I did. And that way you could individually manipulate, you know, the hi-hats, the claps, whatever. You can see right here is my kick drum layer. Doesn't sound super good, but with all the other noises, it's not too bad. I then have the sort of tambourine noise right here. Added a little concrete chamber. I have no idea what that is, but it sounds cool. The only thing that I thought was missing from the drums that I really felt like was necessary was some like additional hi-hats and a clap. I found this from some random unorganized folder on my computer. Let's see here. Then we have the synth right here, which is actually, it sounds, that's probably like my favorite aspect of this pack. It just, the way it was in that particular wave file didn't really fit with this track. So what I did was I found one of those little noises and cut it up and played it kind of like this. And the way I got it to work was I transposed it by -8. That was just the way it sounded right. Yeah, so I took little pieces from everything. The only part that I really haven't incorporated yet was this sort of harmonic line. I feel like the vocals sort of encompass that. As far as vocals go, yeah, it was really shot from the hip. I had sort of a loop that I liked, and I gave my friend the loop, and she just kind of sang over it, and I took a couple samples from it, and then cut up the pieces that I liked. Let's see here. I'm a big fan of Purity Ring and Crystal Castles, and I like really what they do with vocal work. Lots of, you know, pitching things strange and duplicating layers and stuff like that. And so I'm kind of going for something like that, I guess. When it's soloed, you can hear like my keyboard clicking in the background. It's pretty bad, but with everything going on with the rest of the track, you don't really hear it. I hope this was enough information. I'll probably think of other things I should have talked about as soon as I turn this recorder off. But anyways, there'll be a couple more weeks of me ranting and raving about things. So I hope this wasn't too painful to watch. I'm Raymond. I will see you soon. Thanks.